Hi everyone! In today's video, I will be showing you this super easy 2-tier cake. So let's go! Let's start by preparing the base. For this cake, I will be using a combination of chocolate sponge and pistachio sponge. For the chocolate sponge, I will be using chocolate cream with Nutella crunchy, while for the pistachio sponge, I will be using plain vanilla cream. I will be starting with the bottom layer first because it has to be in the freezer for a longer time than the top layer. Do the same with the top layer and keep it in the freezer for at least an hour. And now for the crumb coat, we will be using the same vanilla cream that we used for the filling because later on it will have a peach ombre effect. Do the same with the bottom layer and keep it in the freezer for 2 hours. Let's start doing the ombre effect, starting with the darkest shade of peach on the lower part of the cake. Gradually changing the shade by adding white cream to your bowl. And do the same for the top. Before we start with the bottom layer, we first have to put the dowels, and for this, I will be using plastic straws. Cut 4 to 6 straws to support the top layer. 4 is okay, but 6 gives more stability and security to your cake. And remember, the middle part shouldn't be cut because this is the one that will connect the top layer and the bottom layer. Once we're done with the dowels, it's time to start piping. Now this might look weird, but as you can see, the pipings that I made are a bit bigger than the usual. It's because the customer wanted it to be bigger than the usual piping. Like the top layer, we are starting with a darker shade of peach, gradually changing the shade to a lighter one. But before we do the top piping, we have to put the top layer first. And now, it's time to carefully assemble the cake. One thing that I forgot to mention when doing 2 or 3-tier cakes is that you should never forget to put a smaller board underneath the top layer. For this cake, it's okay to leave the lower part of the top layer like this because it will have a piping that will cover the damaged side. But if your cake is just plain and without anything to cover the gap, you can always do the border with piping. So this is the finished cake. I'm very happy to share this with you and I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye!